and welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome back here to the channel, guys, to a Barcelona News Round-Up coming up for you today. I think it's an important one. I think there's certainly some things here today that we have to discuss and we have to dissect, because we're going to be talking mainly about Lautaro Martinez, about the deal that's been rumoured in the Spanish media, and exactly what that means looking ahead to next season, with several questions forming after that report. So let's start here with the news. Thanks to your patience, guys, yesterday. Had some car trouble. Luckily, that's over now. We can get back to the good stuff. Come on, let's do it. But just before we do move on to all of that Lautaro Martinez to Barcelona news, let's start here with the official shirt launch from Barcelona this morning, because they have officially unveiled our new home shirt for next season, and that will go on sale from today. So you can get your hands right now on next season's shirts. And I do like it. I do like the fact that we're back to the original Barcelona Blaugrana stripes. I think we all wanted to see that. I think this season was a big change, and not really one that we wanted to continue. So it's nice there to see the traditional stripes back on the shirt. And I think also there, the slight pattern in the background is pretty nice too. And of course the colour scheme there, adding some yellow to the jersey. That's absolutely fantastic. And I think, to be honest, when I look at you guys, ask for your reaction there on Instagram and on Twitter, and in general, I think you guys are really happy with what Nike and with what the club have actually created here for next season. Because quite honestly, I think last year it was a bit mixed. I think going there away from our stripes wasn't exactly well received by the fan base. But this year, much more positive there, heading into what we hope will be a better 2020 to 2021 season. And of course there have been comparisons already so between next year's shirt and the 2010 to 2011 home shirt, which of course brings back incredible memories there of the Champions League, that famous night there at Wembley against Manchester United, winning 3-1 and winning the Champions League. And there are certainly similarities between two of those jerseys, but that's what we can expect to see next season. And of course we'll expect an announcement soon as well from the club on the away kit too. But if we move on to the big news now, and that all surrounds there Lautaro Martinez, who first of all, he was back on the score sheet last night. He was playing there for Inter in their 3-1 victory against Torino. Lautaro Martinez scoring in that game. He has struggled in front of goal of late, but he did score, and he also provided an assist last night, which brings Lautaro there up to 13 Serie A goals for the current season so far. And it is safe to say there's been plenty of discussion on Lautaro Martinez coming to Barcelona all over the media in Spain over the past few days, with pretty much every local media source basically saying that this summer, this coming transfer window, Barcelona, they are going to be negotiating, and seriously, with Inter Milan once this season comes to an end. And after listening really to the words of Bartomeu last week when he spoke there about Neymar being very unrealistic and almost impossible heading into this summer, but he was much more open when it came to Lautaro. And I think there as well, when you listen to the Spanish media, I think certainly we can expect here Barcelona to be going for Lautaro Martinez, and he does appear to be the deal, the chosen one this summer, to be that mega deal the club are targeting, whether we like it or whether we don't. Because a big report came out earlier today from Cadena Ser. They reported that Barcelona will be aiming to close an agreement with Inter this summer for 70 million euros plus Junior FIRPO for Lautaro Martinez, with Junior FIRPO there, according to reports, being valued at 41 million, and of course 70 plus that 41, that would conveniently take Barcelona to that golden amount of 111 million euros, which is basically the fee there that Inter and Barcelona, through a gentleman's agreement now, have basically agreed upon if Lautaro is going to leave Inter. And I think certainly they're following that report, where the media in Spain now have gone on to say that Junior FIRPO has accepted to join Inter. If that deal does indeed take place, Junior FIRPO apparently is all fine there to leave the club and join Inter. They're happy to receive him, and also they're that big cash amount for him to sign for Barcelona. But I've got three really important questions. I've got three glaring questions, really, following that report, and I want to know your thoughts. I've got to know your thoughts on these things. Number one, on the face of it, how would you feel about that potential deal? 70 million euros plus Junior FIRPO to sign Lautaro Martinez. What do you think of that? What do you make there of that deal? Because for me, when you look at that, 70 million, it's still a lot of money. That is still a big transfer fee, because we still don't know how the market as a whole is going to be reacting to the pandemic. We don't really know what the values of the players are going to be. Are they going to come down? Are they going to come down a big amount? So for me, there's 70 million. That's still huge money. And especially when you consider over the past few weeks, at the end of the financial year for Barcelona, they were scrambling to try and get some money in. We all know what happened with Arthur Melo, what happened there with Pjanic, and we were scrambling around trying to find a euro here, a euro there, trying to find some money to actually there balance the books. And that's why for me, going there just a few weeks later and spending 70 million euros plus Junior, that is still high. And it doesn't sit well with me. The question number 2 wouldn't just be, though, about the money, because it's not just here 70 million euros that we're talking about. It's not just a straight deal there, cash, you get the player, that's it. You're also there talking about a player going the other way in exchange. And of course, Junior FIRPO may or may not be valued at 41 million euros, but either way, he is still valued well above 20 million, at least 25, maybe even 30. He's still a player that we need in our squad. And of course, he hasn't had a great amount of time to show his true worth at Barcelona. And that brings me on to the question, what are we doing there at left back? Because Jordi Alba isn't getting any younger. He has had several injury problems right the way through this season. Marc Cucurella has been sold. He's gone. You've got Juan Miranda, whose future at Barcelona and in general is in doubt after his season at Schalke, which didn't exactly go to plan. So what exactly here are the club planning on doing? If you ship out Junior FIRPO, if you lose there, essentially our backup left back, what are we going to do next season to try and replace that player? Because there's no way, absolutely no chance you can go into next season with just Jordi Alba. No way on earth can we go into next season there without a backup left back. So maybe now you're not only going to have to spend that 70 million to get Lautaro, but are we also going to have to then find some more money to go and target another backup left back? That's the problem. That's the situation that you may get yourself in. But it doesn't just stop there either when you look at this deal, to be honest. Not only the transfer fee, not only the fact that Junior FIRPO will be losing a player, an important player in our squad going the other way. The biggest question for me is actually when it comes to Lautaro coming in, and actually the fact we may have too many options in the forward areas. Because let me just put it to you like this. Hypothetically, we sign Lautaro Martinez this summer. He comes in there as that big addition at centre forward, which, let me be clear, it's a good addition. It is a welcomed addition there. Somebody who can score goals, somebody young, somebody there fresh in our team. I would welcome that. But who leaves? Does anybody leave? Do we have any idea if we're going to be able to sell people in this current transfer window, and have discussions already taken place? Because if they haven't, let me just put it to you like this. You've got Lautaro. You've got, of course, Lionel Messi. You'll still have Luis Suarez for at least another year on his contract. You've got Antoine Griezmann, who is staying. You've got Ousmane Dembele. You've got Ansu Fati. You've got the incoming Francisco Trincao. And that's even before you go on to young players like Pedri, like Collado, who can play in the wider areas. And for me, that's a lot of players there to take up on the field, 2, maximum 3 positions. How can you fit all of those players in without any leaving? People will say, is Suarez going to go? That's a question. Is Suarez going to leave Barcelona? Personally, I don't see it. I don't see Suarez leaving before his contract comes to an end, and I don't see the club being forceful enough to actually sell him in this coming summer. I don't think Griezmann goes. Of course, Messi is going nowhere. And then in those wider areas, you've got Ansu, Dembele, Trincao. They're going to want to get minutes, they're going to want to get time on the field, and then you've got Lautaro on top of all that. Now, believe me, we want attacking options. We want a number of players there who are capable of scoring goals. But can you manage all of those players in one team? For me, if Lautaro comes in, you have to get rid of a centre forward. I don't think it's Griezmann, and I don't think it's Suarez either. And of course, it's not going to be Lionel Messi. But just let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, not just on this question, but on number 1 and on number 2 as well. What do you make of the deal? What do you make of the fee? And what exactly will we do at left back if Junior FIRPO makes his way to Inter? Let me know all of those thoughts in the comments down below, guys, because I want to get a feel here of how you're feeling, how you feel about this deal, because we all like Lautaro. We can all recognise that he's a massive, massive talent. But the way we go about this deal in a crucial summer for the club, when finances are pretty tough to come by, you have to get this right. There is no margin for error. We cannot overpay. We really, really can't. So I'll be very, very interested, guys, to hear your thoughts on this one. Thanks as always for watching. Thanks for keeping up here with the news. And of course, tomorrow we will have some build-up to Barcelona versus Osasuna in the penultimate game of the season. That match there coming live from the Camp Nou, when of course we're trying now to gear up ahead of the Champions League. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again for watching. But until next time, as always, Visca! El Barça.